quick. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Frequently Confused. I'm your host, Jack Huxley. Previously on Frequently Confused, me and Mitch Connors sat down and had a podcast while we smoked a brisket at his place. I had a lot of fun doing that, so I figured we'd try it again. The plan was originally to come early on Sunday morning and help smoke the brisket and then do the podcast in the meantime while recording everything we did. That was the plan until I got a call around 9 p.m. the night before from Mitch. He told me, hey, come on into town, we're going to start smoking the brisket all night and all day. It was a real slow cook. I packed all my shit up and drove into town, and we met up. Everyone was there at the house, so, we were drinking, smoking, hanging out, having fun, and we figured we'd sit down and do another podcast. This time focused around Attack on Titan. Obviously, I'm sure you've heard of the show, really popular. It's always been popular, hasn't it? But it was something I never really got around to watching until recently. It's not that I was putting it off necessarily, it was just I was aware of it. I didn't necessarily have the burning desire before to go online and find a website where I could play it. Moving past those ads really pisses me off and kind of spoils the whole experience, and season 1 was the only thing they had on Netflix at the time. Don't even get me started on Crunchyroll. I can't pay for another subscription, and on top of that, there's so many ads on that goddamn fucking service that sometimes you'll get caught up in an ad loop where it'll just play the same ad over and over and over again, and for whatever reason it never comes back to the show. Constant reloading, and you know where I live over here in the boonies, there's no fucking internet, so what the hell am I supposed to do with that? But, I got around to watching it, I binged the whole thing, and let me tell you, just what an incredible show. So the idea was to sit down and talk with Mitch, as he's the resident expert on that show, reading the manga, doing research on YouTube, and then watching the anime. We figured we'd get some insight into the show and share our opinions on it, me, Mitch Connors, and then Abel Suertes, another friend of mine. The conversation devolved pretty quickly. No lie, we were pretty fucked up by the time we finally sat down and discussed this shit in the garage. Abel Suerte and I couldn't stop arguing throughout the whole podcast. We just kept drinking the whole time. I felt especially bad for Mitch. He was the one who had to mediate the whole conversation the entire time while also watching the brisket in the backyard. So it's a little rough around the edges. But without further ado, let's go ahead and have a listen. Hello everybody, welcome back to Frequently Confused. I'm your host, Jack Huxley. Today I have with me our co-host, Mitch Connors, and then accompanied with him is
Abel Suertes.
Accompanied with him is Abel Suertes. Alright, let's go ahead and get this done. So, I am all caught up with Attack on Titan currently, and I tell you, this show just never ever fails at exceeding my expectations. Every double cross I can't see ahead of time. Every plot twist is just new and fresh, and then it tackles even the fourth dimension. Please tell me what's going on here.
Jack, when did you start watching this?
Recently. I'll tell you, when it first came out, at the time I didn't want to watch it. I was worried it was going to end up like another Deadland Wonderland situation where there was too many mysteries to explain, too many promises that they still needed to fill, and I had to wait 4 years for a new season to come out. I just couldn't invest that kind of time and that kind of heartache into it. But it's been 4 years at least. I mean, the last time when this season came out, I was probably a freshman or a senior in high school, and let me tell you, I'm glad I'm waited because I was able to watch the whole damn thing on Crunchyroll. I don't care how many ads they give me. I'm just completely enthralled with it. Tell me where you are with the show.
So, honestly, I watch on Suge Anime, S-U-G-E Anime. That's where I come from. I watch every episode every Sunday. And I'm just saying, you need to catch up. I don't want you coming as somebody who watched the first season, coming to me as someone who's watched this every season, every episode from the fourth season, to tell me, hey, Abel, what's going on here? And I'm like, there's too much.
Abel, that's just like you picking out the show. Like, if you're not first, you're last. If I haven't seen the show when it first came out, then I can't possibly talk about it at all. No, not at all. Please, Mitch Connors, tell me about this show. Tell me what you think. Tell me how it ranks in terms of your anime lexicon. Let's hear what you have to say.
I'm your guys' resident expert, Mitch Connor. And I just gotta say, from my perspective, Attack on Titan is definitely one of the top 5 anime of all time, top 5 manga of all time. Me personally, I come from a perspective where I'm completely caught up to all of the content as soon as it comes out. So I don't really watch the anime. I know what's coming out as it comes out in terms of the comic manga side. But what I've got to say as far as Mitch and
Abel.
Jack and Abel's perspective is, they're coming in from a slightly different point of view, right?
No, absolutely different. I think Jack and me as Abel, I'm just saying Jack has come in at a different point in the perspective. He wants to come in as someone who waits for the anime.
So our boy Jack waited until it was all out to binge it,
right?
And our boy Abel watched it as it was coming out.
Right.
That is true. I did wait until the show was almost completely wrapped up before I decided to tackle it. Like I said, I didn't want to run into a situation where there were too many broken promises that I had to wait for to be fulfilled. And I didn't want to have to wait, several years for the seasons to come out, especially in light of COVID. I don't think that disqualifies me from talking about the situation. I don't think anything will separate me from giving my opinion about this topic, including the 4 shots of brandy that we just had right before the show started.
To get it fucked up. Why do we drink?
To ships that are friendships, the ships that sail the sea.
I feel like a Japanese man. Don't hand me my hat.
We were watching the Shawshank Redemption over here at house, and you know what? We decided to play a drinking game. Every time Morgan Freeman's sweet, delicate voice graces the screen to narrate the direction of the show, we had to take a shot, and we were probably about 45 minutes through the show, and after Mr. Dufresne got raped 3 or 4 times, he had already said all he had to say about that, and that was probably about 5 different narrations that we took shots for. So I'm a little fucked up. We're all a little fucked up right now, but nevertheless, Attack on Titan, honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen a show like that that's just exceeded my expectations like that. There was so much hype behind the show when it originally came out back in 2015, when I was just 18 years old coming out of high school. But now,
Around 2015,
around 2015, and now it's just, really it's just, the show is just so well done. The pacing, the use of side characters, the overall expansion of the world as the seasons progress. I tell you, it's been a long time since I've been this impressed by a show like this. Usually I rank the top 10, animes that I have, among Naruto.
Can I just real quick? So let's stop talking about everyone's expertise. At this point, I know that my boy Jack and my boy Abel are completely caught up to the anime, right? At this point, at the time of this episode, is episode 24, which the rumbling is happening. And it honestly feels like all is lost, right? I know what is going to happen in theory, because the big theory happening in the anime community right now. My name is Mitch, and the big theory in the anime community right now is that the anime is going to have a different ending from the manga, and not because of normal reasons, like in Fullmetal Alchemist, where the manga hasn't finished yet, so they have to go their own way. But
completely on the manga itself is that Fullmetal Alchemist itself.
No. Let's not lose track, right? So let's just first of all let's start with everyone's kind of mind viewpoint on what's happening right now, right? So I think we need to start with our boy Abel because he really wants to talk right now. What's your like perception on everything that's happening right now in the anime? What you just seen, with Eren. Well, first of all, with Eren and Zeke going into the past, seeing the past of Grisha Jaeger, Eren kind of manipulating everything.
Eren is the most pop. Eren is the leading protagonist. That's what I'm saying. Eren's the one who leads the whole show.
I agree.
Not only in the.
To kind of, I think, bring what you're saying to a point. A lot of people think Eren has become the antagonist, but Eren is still the protagonist of this show.
Exactly. I just want to say that Eren is the protagonist. Everybody wants him to be the one who follows through with his whole mission.
I agree. I mean, Eren has always been the protagonist of the show, and I'll tell you what. During these last final episodes, he does state to Zeke that he doesn't know, or that he during these last final episodes with Zeke, he states that he's always been this person. He's always been that since birth.
Hold on. Zeke, he's been leading him up. He's like, fuck everybody. Eldians, Marlarians, anybody who's been there.
The other one.
Are you kidding me?
What? We haven't started a disagreement. What are you talking about?
So I think what's happening here right now. So with Eren, he's kind of been always the same person, right? And I think every character has always been the same person. They're kind of a slave to their own ideologies, yeah, right. So a lot of people like to think that they base their decisions off of logic. But
Eren's been the one who's been the logic of the reason.
Here's my thing.
No. It's been Eren. Eren's been this. He killed my mother. He killed everybody in my country. Paradise. Who is Paradise? Everybody who's Eldian.
What are we?
True Eldian.
What are we talking about here? Eren doesn't agree with that because Eren is after the Eldians and all the rest of the world. Hold on, let me finish. He plans to decimate the whole world, including the Eldians that have decided that they must atone for their own personal individual sin. Of course they do, because he's coming to crush them.
No.
He hasn't given them a way out. He's only informed the Eldians that he has the accessibility to inform them that the world will end with the rumbling. At least 80% of the world, Paradise will be spared and all that.
Paradise will be the 100%.
It will become 100% after the rumbling.
So where does Reiner come in? Has he not been there the entire time?
Reiner is Malarian. Marleyan.
No. Absolutely. Reiner has been there 100% of the time. But has he not come back to Paradise and be like,
I will.
Eren.
He came back. He came back to stop Eren, and
to kind of ground this, okay, because I think we're moving a little bit off course. A lot of Attack on Titan has definitely been a sort of nature versus nurture type of vibe, where Eren is the nature perspective, right? He has always sought freedom.
Where's my people?
He has always wanted to fight for freedom.
He watched his brother die.
Can I listen?
He hasn't watched his brother die yet.
Yes, he has.
Which brother?
No, he has.
Which brother?
That's bullshit.
His mother, not his brother.
Yeah.
Eren has watched his mother die.
Not his brother.
He said brother. He said brother the first time. So listen, Eren is sort of the nature, right?
Well,
he is guided by his nature.
Well, hold on, Mitch. Even that we have to qualify, of course, because with the Attack Titan's power now known as being able to infiltrate the memories of all Attack Titans in history, at least up until Eren's point as we know.
So he's able to
not only interact with but influence the
he influences all Attack Titans by influencing the one before him and forcing
and the one before that.
And he guides the one before him.
He guides
the one before that.
He could potentially be guiding all of them, because remember when Kruger when Kruger saved Grisha and he gave him the Attack Titan, he told him, look after Armin and Mikasa. Kruger had no knowledge of Armin and Mikasa because they were not born yet, so therefore that is Eren's influence.
Kruger. Who's Kruger's dad? Who's Kruger's father?
Well, it doesn't matter because that's not the Attack Titan. That's not the previous Attack Titans.
Kruger's father.
I don't understand what you're arguing with me for.
Can I explain something real quick? So Eren doesn't influence every Attack Titan directly. He influences directly Grisha Jaeger, which is the previous Attack Titan, his father.
He does influence him indirectly.
He has influenced. Even it would be arguable that he has influenced Ymir Fritz. So let me tell you guys right now, right? So Eren, as the power of the Attack Titan is to show or to see.
What about Kruger?
To share.
We want to skip Kruger in this entire situation.
Kruger's memories were influenced by Eren.
I'm just saying.
That
Kruger
instance
wants to step by and act like he's nothing. Zeke acted like Kruger was this piece of shit. Eren.
Wait, give me evidence.
Zeke didn't even know who Kruger was.
Yeah, you're confused.
Yeah. So let me explain a little bit right here. So the Attack Titan's ability.
I'll give that.
The Attack Titan's ability is to see the memories of the next user of the Attack Titan, right?
And the past.
No.
Well,
no, not the past.
He can see the past because he saw Grisha's.
He saw Grisha's through kind of a workaround, right? He saw Grisha's memories through the Founding Titan's abilities, not through the Attack Titan's abilities. So that's where I think people get confused, right? So the ability of the Attack Titan is to see the memories of the future Attack Titan, right? Now, Eren, being both the Founding Titan and the Attack Titan's holder, he...
What are you doing? You didn't say this earlier. What are you doing?
Shut up for a second.
What are you doing, Abel?
So Eren was able to work around the limitations of the Attack Titan, not being able to see the past, but being able to see the future.
Right.
But through the Founding Titan's abilities, he was able to see Grisha's memories of seeing Eren's future. That's how he was able to see the future when he touched first Dina Fritz, which was his father's first wife.
He did,
and when he touched Krista.
I can only speak from the anime, but in the anime, like, he did not inherit memories from Dina Fritz, but he did in fact inherit.
So he didn't inherit.
He inherited the memories that we are aware of from Historia or Krista Fritz.
Do you remember earlier in the anime when he punched the Smiling Titan?
But he did not inherit memories from that. He only was able to control other Titans with touching the royal blood.
So that's what I'm saying is where you're a little confused, because he didn't get the full picture. He didn't see the full picture.
It was never
he kissed Historia's hand.
Historia's hand was the whole reason why.
Hold on. I didn't disagree with that. As I said, he did not inherit memories from Dina Fritz. He only was able to control the coordinate Titan's power.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He didn't inherit memories from Dina Fritz.
So I'm not in disagreement.
When he touched Dina, he saw some memories, not everything, because the future Eren made sure that only certain memories were shown at that point. So you gotta also remember that the Eren that.
So you're telling me that the Eren that exists within the past dimension only revealed certain memories to that past Eren that touched Dina Fritz. What were you saying, Naveed? Why are you disagreeing with me off the bat?
Abel, tell us what you were going to say.
I'm just saying...
bleep that out.
I'm just saying Eren's point of view was saying Ymir Fritz, and not even Historia's point of view was this should stop. Correct?
You have to be more specific.
I don't know where that
what,
came out of.
What is
No.
what is
Historia
what
and
it,
Ymir's
it should stop. I need more.
Historia's and Ymir's
Closer.
Ymir's question is,
Hold
should
it to
this
his
stop?
face.
The whole Titan against the human race, correct?
Well, I think that was everybody's point. I think
That's
that was
everybody's point of
that was
view.
everybody's point.
No, correct. But look at Historia. She's in a point of.
What are we arguing?
I don't think we're arguing about anything.
Yeah, we're not.
So let me bring up a point, right? So when
Eren Yeager.
when Zeke and Eren were in the paths, right? And Zeke was showing.
Zeke thought this was done. We should stop.
Zeke was trying.
Zeke was trying to stop the entire.
Zeke fell victim to the Eldian brainwashing scheme in which he believed that the Eldians were responsible for all this bloodshed over the last 2,000 years, and he believed that the world would be better off, including the Eldians, if they had euthanized themselves and had disappeared.
Sterilized.
Yeah, exactly. Had been sterilized and disappeared from history within the next 50 years.
So what did Historia do? The queen.
By touching, making contact with royal blood, Eren was, for whatever reason, probably because he possesses the founding Titan, he was able to see all the memories.
That was the whole point, is that Eren touched Historia.
There was no what point of what?
That's the whole point of the series.
It's not the point of the series. It's
No,
a facet.
absolutely not.
The point of
We gotta pause this shit.
the point of
now.
the point of the actions that took place in the series
Is
are a result. Hold on.
No, Historia
I'm trying to.
Eren.
Eren,
Ymir, it was that the whole point of it.
so Ymir is now the whole point of it, not Historia. Stop talking over me while
You got that one point. You got that whole point.
I think we're all a little drunk right now. So can I get a word in?
Why are we
Real quick.
disagreeing? We haven't even stated our positions on any specific topic.
So let me get in right here. All right. So I'm gonna say right now, a lot of what I'm going to say is derived from a video by Invaders, INVADERZZ on YouTube. He created a video on YouTube called "This Will Change How You See Eren." It's a great watch. It's an hour and 25 minutes approximately runtime. You should definitely watch it if you really want to know, see an in-depth view on Attack on Titan. But I think right now the point that I think we need to talk about is the philosophical viewpoint on Eren and Zeke. So let me explain real quick. So in the manga and in the anime, Eren and Zeke are seen as sort of a viewpoint of nature versus nurture. So Eren is the nature part.
Because right? Grisha did not, in fact, brainwash him.
Can I get my word in? Let me finish what I'm gonna say, and then you can talk.
I just want to make sure this correction is. So I'm too drunk to come after this after.
Zeke thought that Grisha had brainwashed Eren, but the reality is that Eren had always been in his nature to seek freedom.
He's been always in control. Eren has been in control the entire time.
Well, and again.
Grisha has not had any part in this whole entire scheme.
He never influenced Eren.
Right? No. Eren has been the entire.
And again, to kind of talk about Invaders video again, he brings up a point in a side manga. These guys haven't seen it or read it. It's called School Days, Attack on Titan School Days, and it's set in a different universe where everyone is the exact same person, but they're in our normal world. And so Eren Yeager has a dream. He's living in a normal world, nothing's wrong, but he has a dream one day that the world gets overrun by zombies, and he goes into the exact person he is in the Attack on Titan manga and anime, where he's fighting for his freedom. And when he wakes up, he gets depressed after that fact. He gets so depressed that he gets to the point where he says, if nobody is...
Not even friends. Who's the girl?
No,
Who's the girl?
Stop. If nobody is a threat to the world, I'll become that threat to the world. That kind of shows a point of Eren's character. Because he's the exact same person in this other world. But he's still a slave to his desire to want to fight for freedom. So he doesn't want freedom. He wants to have to fight for freedom, right? So that is Eren's nature versus Zeke Yeager.
That's his nature. That's not even his nature. That's oh god damn it.
Zeke is the person who has been influenced by others throughout his whole life, right? First, he was influenced by his father as a Eldian restorationist. Then he was influenced by the previous owner of the Beast Titan, who spoke to him and told him about all these things, and eventually he came to the realization, not the realization, but the ideology that the Eldians wouldn't suffer if they were never born. So that's why he wanted to enact his euthanasia plan. So Zeke, his whole life, has been influenced by others, versus Eren, his whole life, has followed his own feelings rather than the other people's thoughts, right? So that's what I want to talk about. How do we feel about the nature versus nurture, the kind of philosophical debate that happens in Attack on Titan, where Zeke is kind of the embodiment of nurture, and Eren is the embodiment of nature.
You know who's better than nurture? Gabby.
Famous Gabby.
No, I'm serious. Gabby has been the one who's been nurtured on the other side.
And she
Gabby has been the one. Who is the worst part about laying government?
And she broke away from her nurture. Honestly, this is gonna be a shit ass podcast. You guys aren't even having a conversation.
I'm trying.
No, for sure is being just a jackass. I mean, Abel Suertes, you're being just a fucking jackass.
Yeah, you gotta be cool.
You're bringing up shit that doesn't even fucking matter right now, dog. Like, come on.
You're assuming that I disagree with you when I don't. I want to talk about the fourth dimension.
I want to just talk about this stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, who's the opposite of Eren Yeager? Who is? Gabby.
Flock.
Gabby Flock.
I think Gabby is definitely a opposite to Eren Yeager in the sense that she has been nurtured to hate Eldians and to hate herself. But I think she's also the epitome of what Eren is, whereas her nature is to realize the truth, right? Her nature is to realize is to see the truth where it is, right? So what she's been told her entire life, to her is the truth, which is that Eldians are evil. But when she sees the reality, when she lives among the Eldians, she realizes, just like Raynor did, that they aren't evil.
Who?
And at the end of the day, she acts against her nurture, which is to destroy the evil Eldians of Paradise. She acts against that and tries to save everybody, right? So I think Gabby is both the epitome of what is to be against Eren's ideology, which is nature, but also to fall into her nature, to when she hears what she believes to be the truth, she follows it. I think at the end of the day, Attack on Titan is kind of a point that everyone kind of falls victim to their own nature. At the end of the day, Armin falls victim to his nature.
I want to add on to that. Look. What happened to Eren at the end of at least season 3?
Hold it up.
Don't clip it. Just
hold it up to your mouth.
Clip it, just hold it.
To your mouth.
We had a contrary to what Gabby and Eren went through. Gabby was trying to be the ultimate armor titan, correct? And then we have...
Quick message to the audience. This podcast is going to be very messy, but from my perspective, the point of this entire anime and manga is that the only way you can achieve happiness is to break away from your nature. Mikasa, her nature was to love and protect Eren, and the way she broke free of it was to kill Eren at the end.
That's what
Zeke, his nature was to follow the euthanasia plan, and he eventually broke and followed Eren, and he didn't find happiness, right? So when everyone breaks away from their nature, they don't necessarily find happiness, but that's the best way to find happiness, right? So Zeke broke away from his nature, and he ended up in despair. Eren, he fell victim to his nature, he ended up in despair. But Mikasa, she broke away from her nature.
No, it's not about Mikasa.
It's about everybody.
Who's about? It's about Gabby. No, it's not about Mikasa.
Okay, you're just trying
Eren.
to argue right now, and that's hilarious. So let's hear it, Abel. I'll clip it.
You know who it's really about?
How about we just take a step?
Whoever you want it to be about, because he's about to say it's about fucking Connie.
No.
Let's take a step back. Let's consider.
It's not about Connie. It's not about Eren. It's about who's Eren's opposite.
Armin.
Gabby has been persistent to at least the last season of 4th season, to the first part. She wants to be the attack titan, correct?
The armor titan.
Yeah, no, she wants to be about the armor titan, and she comes to Eldia, to Paradise.
I'll be back. I'm just checking real quick. But shit, it was 99 cents.
Now, I'll tell you, I'm just thoroughly impressed with what this show set out to do. There's too many instances where
here's the thing.
I'm in the middle of saying something.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking like there's too many instances when I watch an anime and the ending just shits the bed. You're killing me, dude.
What happens though? The protagonist goes way off what the actual manga says.
I didn't read the manga, but because every director takes creative license over the artwork that he's directing, I really don't feel all that bad about it. I fully expect the anime to be a little different from the manga. I don't blame it to be. And if it's not, so be it. This show has lived up to my expectations, even if the very end isn't what I want it to be. I've recently become more flexible with the criteria of which I grade TV shows. I believe that as long as I enjoy it, even if I love it just for the characters, that's enough.
You know what Jack is saying is that the manga has been expected to Jack Huxley's expectation. Correct?
No. I'm saying it doesn't matter how it ends. I've loved it up until now. I think it's beautiful. I think it really just pushes the boundary. I think it really steps into that area that I want to talk about, which is the 4th dimension. That barrier beyond time.
Well, Eren steps in that barrier. He's the one that talks to everybody outside that 3rd dimensional being of, hey, this is what we're doing as people of Paradise.
I don't disagree with that.
Is word of the people that, this is stupid.
What is stupid?
People of Paradise have been treated like shit the entire time. The entire time. Barley said, "Fuck you guys. You guys are gonna be controlled."
And they lived in ignorance of that.
And then Eren came in. And switched it up.
To say that Eren came in. To say that Eren came in is erroneous.
Eren was the one who started it all.
Eren is a loop.
No,
Eren creates a loop, There are some who say that Eren, in fact, influenced Ymir. Ymir spent that whole time in the desert waiting for Eren to free her, because he's the only one that could.
He's the only one in the world of Attack on Titan that has seen Ymir's memories.
Yeah,
the only
who else
one.
did? Who else did?
No one.
Grisha!
No one saw it.
Grisha did!
No, Eren's the only one who touched Ymir.
Oh, you're telling me? No, hold on.
Attack Titan does
You know
not.
who-
Attack
no,
Titan
who
does
knew?
not. Attack
Who knew?
Titan does not inherit Ymir's memories. Only Eren did when he touched her.
But here's the one. What's the whole title about?
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, who's the Attack Titan?
It's Attack on Titan.
Who's Attack Titan?
It's not a misspelling of syllables.
Fucking Eren. You know what Eren said? He said, fuck this shit.
Eren is not the only Attack
That's the part of the
Titan.
ninth. He was the only one. He was the ninth Titan. He was the ninth Titan.
He is one of 9 Titans.
He's one of nine.
One of 9.
You know what his specialty is?
Seeing memories of Attack Titan's present and past.
No, absolutely not. You know what Attack Titan is? He's against when anybody interferes with his control of what's happening.
But that could be a direct influence of Eren himself.
Well, I think that's about as far as we got to that night. What with the screaming and the drinking, I don't think we were able to knock out a single concise point through that whole fucking podcast, save for Mitch Connors. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Stick around. Next podcast, we're elevating the game a bit. I bought some new equipment. I got a new audio interface, a couple mics, a couple stands. I think we're in good shape. Hopefully, starting with the next podcast, we can finally get this thing off the ground and into the air. Anyways, thanks for listening. Later.